What's up, positive people? You got Dana here, and I'm coming to you guys with a video that I actually meant to upload a week ago, and I'm choosing to keep going, and I'm sure there will be ramifications, but that's neither here nor there. You came to get my thoughts on 5 years in Seattle, and I was planning on doing pros and cons videos, but you know me, I'm real by the seat of my pants at this point. I think y'all all know that. I'd be lying to you if I said that I stuck to what I said I was gonna do half the time on this channel, so I apologize, but I figured this would get a lot of love for the people that are interested. So I have been in Seattle for the last 5 years now. September 4th or 5th, I always forget the day. I want to say it's the 4th. Makes 5 years, and for me, and everybody's trajectory is different and path is different, and you know, for some people their growth is super meteoric. For me, I feel like I had to do a lot of personal development on my end to start seeing the fruits of some of my labors, and I am nowhere near seeing the fruit of all of my labor because I still have a ton of work to do on my end. Put my best foot forward. I feel like, you know, I have an online presence that's not really a presence. It's like some random Google searches. It's not curated. There all of these things that I just have never considered. So there's just a better understanding of self, and I don't think that has anything to do with picking Seattle, but everything to do with feeling like I had the space and energy to focus on self. When I was back home, I felt like there was always the watchful, judgmental eye, and we've got to start being less hard on one another. And that's why nowadays I go out of my way to not drag people that are genuinely trying to get themselves together. You know what I'm saying? Killing people with kindness in a way. I used to get real down on myself. I was feeling like I was being taken advantage of and all of these different things. And I think a part of it is the systems that are the way that they are. We can't do anything about them, but it's also your attitude. And the minute that I had, you know, small attitude changes, I was finding that things were just moving a certain way. And then once I got the attitude in check, it was about having a bit more discipline. And I'm currently focused on discipline. I'm focused on learning how to follow through. It's not something I'm good at, and I'm realizing that that's a huge roadblock in life. So in 5 years of living here, I've learned how to adult in ways that I just wasn't taught to back home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned how to do my taxes. You know what I'm saying? I paid off, you know what I'm saying, so many bills. You know, I've been getting my credit together. I've become a better parent, a more active parent, an involved parent, a present parent, an empathetic parent, a parent who, for the most part, has, you know, developed lines of communication with their child. And those are all wins. There are parts of me that are disappointed because I don't think that I've found, you know what I'm saying, all the things that I need to feel fulfilled, and I'm still searching. And who knows, maybe it'll take another 5 years, or maybe it'll take another move for me to figure those things out. But I'm just glad that the move allowed for me to really blossom and figure this life stuff out on my terms, and to make mistakes and them not be catastrophic. Like, I'm so thankful that Seattle has been the backdrop for figuring shit out, and that the people that have been in my life, whether for a season or still in my life, have helped the growth. You know, I look back and I, you know, sometimes cringe and sometimes laugh at the old Seattle roommate videos, but here's the thing, it took those roommates to get me to having my own place now. So sometimes the sequence of events isn't ideal, but if you get to where you need to get to, then maybe the journey's worth it. I don't know, I could be wrong. I've learned to become a much more defensive driver. I thought I was a defensive driver in the 8. Nah, bruh. I'm a much more defensive driver now. I can bend them curves and them corners, okay? I can bob and weave. I've got reaction time like no other, and that has everything to do with the fact that Washington drivers are random, and some of them have a chip on their shoulder and literally go out on the roads to, you know what I'm saying, pop shit in their big vehicle. Word. Like, yeah, there's just a lot of fuckery afoot on the roads. So I've learned to be a better driver. I've I've been working on self actively, and I'm glad that the nature, the greenery, the scenery, you know, several summers have allowed for me to just get myself together. Okay? And you can get yourself together just about anywhere that ain't your hometown, to be honest with you. For all I know, I could have had this same vlog and we could have been having these same conversations had I just moved to, I don't know, Macon, Noonan, about, you know. To Pine Lake, where some other random places. Hell, I could have moved to Anniston, Alabama. How about that? It could have been the pros and cons of moving to Anniston. But anyway, for me, it needed to be the West Coast. It just needed to be. And I'm glad that this was what we happened upon. And there's lightning outside. And random, switching topics, because y'all know how I give it up. Random. We had a crazy lightning storm a couple days back. Was it Monday? And, you know, in Georgia, you get thunderstorms, lightning storms, heavy rain, you know, and you might lose power for an hour, but Georgia Power gets you together. And out here, you know, they don't get that weather, so there's no prep for it. So when there's an outage, you're going to be in a blackout. Yeah, that's not fun. I'm gonna have a nice relaxing sleep tonight. I think that Seattle has forced me to get in control of my emotions, which are not at all in control, bruh. I feel like I am much better at the poker face because everybody out here is good at the poker face. Like, some of the happiest people be looking like miserable out and about. And like I said, there's no hospitality in that. People trade pleasantries, you know, as they walk by each other and all of that. But I don't really care about that stuff too much now. I be staying to myself too. Like, you stay out here long enough and you find that, like, you don't feel the urge to want to do those southern things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just get like everybody else, you know? My style has changed a ton as a result of living out here. I probably, you know, don't really do clothes because of the weather, which I'm gonna be trying to get that together soon. Like, I work a better job. I need to look halfway decent at work and try, you know. I'm in my 30s. I just gotta try. That's like the theme, you know. That's the theme. I was living for everybody else, doing what I needed to do to get by. Then I was like out on my ass. It's like they baby you all your life, then they kick you out on your ass, don't give you no life skills, then shit on you because you're inadequate. Then when you get yourself together, they want the credit for it. Y'all can put that into context, however you want to put it into context. I'm gonna wrap this up. It's getting long-winded. We're past 10 minutes and most of y'all drop off after 5 anyway. So if you've made it to the end of this video, I would love to know down in the comments how you deal with coming to terms with aging and how you deal with just the day-to-day grind of adulting, and you got bills to pay, you got kids to feed, you got this, you got that. Like, how, you know what I'm saying? Besides the obvious, how do you deal? I'd love to know down in the comment section below if you made it this far. And until next video, peace. Positive people.